All right, it is 6 o'clock. We'll call this meeting to order. All members are present, with the exception of Thomas and Bruce, including our student representative, Nicole. So we will get started. I'm going to start with the communication items.
All right. I think I'm gonna go a little bit out of order and invite up Jesse Rasmussen to find our secondary principal update, because I think Jesse is also supervising volleyball tonight. So Jesse, if you wanna come on up and give us the secondary principal, and then we'll get you back to work for the supervision.
Sounds good. Well, thanks, everybody. I just wanted to say that it's fun that the 25-26 school year's off to a great start here. It's so fun having all the energy back in the building and so we spend a lot of time the first part of the year talking about expectations. And so Mike and I spend time meeting with each student group individually, and we go through all of our PBIS expectations: the live engaged, embrace integrity, act respectfully, and display resilience. And so we talk about what it means to be a bulldog and what that looks like here at Paynesville schools. So that's a big thing that we do here at the start of the year. Looking ahead, I got pretty excited making the list. I was like, oh, put down a couple of the things that are happening. And then I realized it's a long list. There's a lot of things happening in the next couple of weeks. So we'll go over that so people are informed here. We are in the midst of our fall benchmarking window. I know Maria and her team have nearly completed the elementary already. And so I think that's a record time for benchmarking. And so they're actually gonna bring the whole team over here to finish this up. I think tomorrow is the day, so the whole district might be pretty close to done benchmarking by tomorrow. So we're pretty excited about that. We have bus safety coming up tomorrow. Dom and the bus garage come out and they bring buses, and our 6th through 10th graders get to go through bus safety. Plot day, Natalie and the FFA have plot day every once a year. If you haven't been out to Plaza yet, I encourage you to go. They have brats and some of the best homemade cookies I've ever had, and just a really cool opportunity to walk around and learn some things and see a lot of the cool things that our FFA group in our ag classes do. Picture day on Friday. Coming up is IT Professional Day. I just wanted to say a special thanks to Leah and Caleb. They really have a behind the scenes job that I don't think we would function as a school without, and so I am thankful for them every day for what they do to help the school run smoothly. And then we have homecoming week come up here, September 15th to the 23rd. The first event, we're gonna do Puff Puff Under the Lights. This is something we started having it as an evening event. We're gonna do that on Sunday, September 14th at 7 o'clock. Then we have volleyball home games on Monday and Thursday, coronation in the auditorium Tuesday, September 16th. We have our homecoming, and then Friday we have the big pep fest. We have the tailgate, the middle school dance, a whole bunch of stuff going on Friday, September 19th. Then the high school dance on Saturday, September 20th. And then next week we have our cross country meet, Tuesday, September 23rd, our big homecoming cross country meet. And then we're gonna do something new this year. We're gonna take our student leadership teams, we're gonna get on a bus on Monday, and we're gonna go to downtown Paynesville, and we're gonna do a homecoming cleanup this year. So we're gonna have some of our student leaders here work to clean up some of the stuff that happens over homecoming week, and just a way that we can give back to our community and say thanks for supporting us. So I also put at the bottom my goals for the school year, and I won't go through them again, but I put them up there so people can see them and read them and know what we're focused on here at the secondary building. So.
Awesome. Questions for Jesse?
Thank you.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks. Have a great night, everybody.
Enjoy your supervision.
Thank you.
All right, and I'll backtrack and invite up Cassie for our elementary principal update, and then we'll hear what's happening at the elementary. Mrs. Dickerson, what do you got for us?
Good evening. A lot of similarities at the elementary level to the secondary with picture day, bus safety, and benchmarking. So I'm kind of jumping all over those bullets that are listed there. Like Mr. Rasmussen said, our MTSS team has done a great job getting in and meeting with students to find out where our students are at coming back to school this fall, so that way we can plan accordingly to meet their needs in the area of of reading, very soon. And then we'll start up our grade level team meetings as well to review that data and respond to the data. Mr. Mathiasen and I have also started our grade level connection meetings, meeting with all grade levels to talk about our big three, being mindful, connected, and respectful. So those are well underway. We started our Club's Choice fundraiser, and I put an image at the bottom here that gives the dates for our fundraiser, and really that helps support our students to go on field trips, special projects, activities, classroom projects, you name it. And so this has always been a big piece of the elementary. This year, our dates are a little bit shorter than years past. So we are really honing in on those dates as it does end September 22nd already. So we've got 11 strong days to hit it hard, and just want to say thank you to our families for making that a priority. We had our Paynesville area elementary meet and greet, and still waiting on a couple attendance pieces, but we are over that 95% again of families participating, and so that's always good to see families in the door and at school meeting our teachers and seeing their learning spaces. I think I covered the bullets on the top there. And then just looking at some big highlights for the school year for us. We were recently announced that Paynesville Area Elementary School is a recipient of the Minnesota School of Excellence for the 2025-2026 school year. So that work is what our team did last year, going through the process, really honing in on what are our strengths as an elementary and what are areas for growth, and really focusing on that continuous improvement. And that excellence is not a destination, but it is a journey. And so that's the journey we are on at the elementary level. And really, we've had a strong foundation. And when I joined the team, we had a very strong foundation that has been great to build upon. And so I just want to recognize the work that the staff have done before I joined, and that's been great. And I just want to say thank you to the board and to Janelle for their support as we went through this process, because it was a big process and a big team pulling together and community members taking our surveys and whatnot. So congratulations to Paynesville Area Elementary School for being recognized as Minnesota School of Excellence. Also, last year, Mr. Mathiasen did some work around our PBIS, and if you remember, that stands for Positive Behavior Intervention and Supports, looking at how do we promote positive behavior amongst our students. And so his background is in PBIS, and he was able to come in and see some of the things that we've been doing at the elementary level, and looking at how are we doing with implementation. And so he submitted, and his team submitted an application, if you will, demonstrating our implementation. And so we were also awarded PBIS exemplar school status for Paynesville Area Elementary School, which is another honor. Again, doing the work that has been started in the past, and we continue to carry that forward. And so it's been exciting to have conversation with Mr. Rasmussen and Mr. Mathiasen to how do we translate that over to the secondary, because our next step is we can go PBIS exemplar district. And how do we make this a district piece? And so we're excited to have those conversations. So I wanted to share those two very exciting pieces with you tonight. Then lastly, just at the bottom, couple items on homecoming. We have our dress up days next week, very similar to the secondary school. We tried to mirror what we could for our ages at the elementary school. And then certainly our homecoming button sale, that if you wear your homecoming button to the football game on Friday, it is free admission. So lots of things happening. It's been a whirlwind, and we are just moving and grooving, with the start of the school year, so.
Before Cassie goes and sits back down, I just wanna take a second and say, and acknowledge your leadership, because that Minnesota School of Excellence and the PBIS exemplar, that wouldn't happen without you leading and working with your teams and supporting them through that hard work. And so I just wanna take a second and it is a team, it absolutely is a team. But Cassie, you're leading that building and I don't wanna downplay that and I wanna take a second to say thank you for your leadership at that elementary. So congratulations.
Very good.
It was exciting to hear.
Yes.
It was great news.
And so, MESPA has some special things planned, for the schools that are receiving the award, later on in the year, so we'll hear some more from me about that.
It's always good to have something positive.
Definitely.
So, very good.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna find out from Chris and what's happening community ed wise. Come on up. There we go.
All right. Well, the first day of school is always exciting in preschool, and I will say it went quite smoothly. There was a lot less crying and you know, that's part of preschool for parents and kids. It's a big step for that age group, so it went smoothly. We have the 2 sections of 3-year-olds and the 3 sections of 4-year-olds that we are offering this year. A little bit down on numbers as compared to previous years, but we are excited for the school year. We're fully staffed and we're ready to go with that age group. Our ECFE, our early childhood family education classes, actually start tonight. So we have 7 families in our 2 to 3-year-olds and then 5 in the 0 to 2-year-olds. So I'm excited about that because fall is typically, people are just not ready to sign up for classes. So the fact that we're running 2 sections is a good thing for our fall. And I'm excited to have Mary McAdams. She is a longtime early education person. She's done a lot of things in early ed, from parent ed, early childhood coordinator. She ran Head Start. She lives in our community and she is going to be our parent educator for the fall. I'm hoping for the year. So we'll see how that goes. And then we are excited, we are exploring an additional section of early childhood family ed that would begin at the end of October, and that would be in partnership with the Recovery Center. So we're excited to have some opportunities in that early education program. Community ed classes, where we've offered 47 classes. Our rec sports have started: football, soccer, taekwondo, gymnastics. So our fields and our gyms are getting busy, just right along with our athletics. So parents and kids are excited about the sports beginning. So it just is the start of everything getting busier and crowded in our spaces. Pause program, we have 90 students registered. We are average about 50 in the morning, and anywhere from 65 to 70. We have Thursday's our busy day, and it's in that 80 to 90 kids. So Thursday's a busy day. We are a job postings. We'd like to add 1 to 2 more adults to our team, just to make sure that we have enough people, especially during cold and flu season and things like that. So we have some job postings available, and hopefully we'll get some applicants. The Rural Childcare Initiative Program, I reported last month that we are having 2 events. So I linked the actual posters to this agenda, but on the 22nd will be a daycare provider or childcare provider appreciation. So all of our childcare providers that are in our area have been invited to this event. And it's to celebrate them and also to provide some, continual learning opportunities. And there'll be food and prizes and, also to get their, input about, how we could increase childcare opportunities. And then the second, event is the town hall meeting. That is, oh shoot, sorry, I'll have to relink that for you. Yeah, go ahead. That is, open to the public. If you have a strong, you have a passion for, building childcare, this is the place to come. That's the QR code that you can register to be at our, town hall event. We'll be taking that survey data and, looking at it and then trying to create some ideas, some plans, some goals. So that's what's coming.
And they're providing dinner.
And they're providing dinner, yes.
It's also nice.
Yeah. And then the other link is the actual survey. We wanna hear from people. Aha.
Nice work.
Wrong link. I will fix that on, oh no, that
No,
is,
this one's the right one.
that's the correct one, okay.
This is the right one.
Yep. All the posters look similar,
Yeah,
but
they do.
anyway, that is the childcare QR code, the link that people can connect and fill out the survey, because we need to hear from people. Yep. Let's see. And the pack, right now, it's a little quiet, but as the weather turns, we will get busier and busier. So we have as I mentioned before, our rec programs, and then soon we have some adult leagues, adult volleyball, soccer, basketball, and those will fill up our gyms. There's one event that will take place that's coming up on September 20th, our local law enforcement, fire and rescue ambulance, they will be participating in a training. So they'll be working on crisis and emergency training in our building. So we're happy to have them to come in and learn and practice. So that is gonna be coming up, and we'll close the building off to the public so that they can have opportunity to be in our buildings. So on the 20th, you'll see lots of emergency vehicles out. Don't worry, it's just practice, so. What's coming up, we have the tailgate party. The American Legion has sponsored or has co-sponsored with us, so this is our tailgate event. It'll be on 5:30 on the 19th in the back parking lot. There'll be hot dogs and chips and water and prizes, games. So just a fun community opportunity before the football game. So the public is invited and it's a free event. Yeah. Any questions?
Any questions for Chris? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and as she heads out, Ken, come on up and let's hear what's happening building and grounds.
So, very nice to have the kids back in the building.
Sure is.
That last week with them all was a mad rush, but we got it pretty much figured out and everything running kind of smoothly, so. And then with fall sports in here too, a lot of prep work outside on the football fields, practice fields, so on and so forth. And at the elementary, we had to replace the poles on our hot water storage tank for the domestic. They were scary. So actually Spanier came in, did a really nice job on that. That got done. They looked just like the posts out here on the out thing, and they were holding 1,000 gallons of water in the air. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds so good. So finally, the playground at the elementary school, we're gonna get a little, hopefully Thursday, I'm hearing now. They've been pushing that back, so they will be hauling some class 5 in there, maybe tonight already. Have boss doing that and so on, so then that PFP can get completed and we can finish that whole project up. That'd be so nice to get that finally done. In this building again, and actually the other building this morning, we had a water leak over there, a pinhole and a copper line spraying water against the wall. So that Vaso, that was a crimped new pipe in there and done, and then we've got same thing here with these are over here, they're all them biductal unions, they all just start leaking, gaskets go out, and so we got tomorrow morning, I got boss coming too to help, cause I can't even get them loose. They're crowded so tight, I can't pipe wrenches and I'm scared I'm gonna break the pipes off.
That's not too bad.
No, let's not do that. So, and then on the science room project, I did pull the trigger on the cabinets, so they will be getting made and here, so that's moving forward slowly, and my plan is to have, my staff do the floor, we're gonna do polished concrete on that floor. So we gotta get that at least in front of the cabinets done before they get here, so. So yeah, and the countertops are 8 weeks lead time just on the tops for that, so we've got some time, but it's moving forward. So that's what I've got. Any questions?
Where do you get the cabinets?
Martinson's gonna do them. He was the cheapest bid. So, and we went and looked at Belgrade, me and him, cause I was a little worried about the quality. And when he seen, cause the other company that put a bid in is where Belgrade had it when they did it. And they reviewed their school 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was the same company. And Martinson was like, this is bottom of the line material. So he's like, you'll be real happy with mine. So.
How are we sitting on like snow removal? Is that up for bids or?
That'll be announced at the end of the business meeting in September.
Oh,
Yeah.
the end of the month.
Yeah.
23rd.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, we should have I think we got somebody lined up. I mean.
We just haven't
We gotta make decisions.
Made it official, but,
Yeah.
and it'll come to the board for a decision on the 23rd.
But everything is always bid, I assume, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, anything else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to the 25-26.
Our student representative.
She presents at the business meeting.
Oh,
Sorry. All right, the 25-26 enrollment update.
All right, so attached you will find the student enrollment as of today. This is not linked in prior to the board meeting because we had students enrolling as of yesterday and today. So we do not, it is really fluid. Thus, the asterisk of enrollment is fluid and there's a lot of changes. So, but that is our snapshot as of today. So we have 882 kids, 412 in the elementary, 470 in the secondary. So students that enrolled elsewhere that left us, 16 left from the elementary, 10 left from the secondary, which is total of 26 kids. Where were they going? So 15 of them moved to another district or enrolled in a district of their residence. 3 chose to be either homeschooled or an online provider. If they open enrolled into a different district, there were 3 of them. We have not had any enroll at the West Central Area Learning Center. We had 1 move out of state, 2 are enrolled in the Beacon program, and then 2 are enrolled in care and treatment elsewhere. And both of the care and treatment elsewhere are often outside of our sphere of control. So those are family placements. So that's where those 26 kids went. But you will also see that we at the elementary had 22 new students and the secondary had 16 for a cumulative addition of 38. So we had a net gain of 12, which is kind of nice. So I wanted to just show you kind of a visual so you can see. Now you'll see this document goes back to 2020, so it's a 5-year longitudinal snapshot. And you can see, I don't know why that one doesn't pop on the high enrollment of 914, but 914 was our highest enrollment in 2023. So you'll see that little peak in there, otherwise we are fairly stable. So I think this is just a nice kind of snapshot to see where we are today, and where our kids are going. So any questions about the enrollment?
This is nice to see that general line,
Yeah,
that's staying steady.
Yeah.
That's nice to see.
great. And that's 5, and we'll keep that going and, you know, that's over 5 years, so we can see in the future.
Okay, moving on to the strategic plan review.
Yeah, so I put this on here, just to have high-level conversation and ask the board to start thinking about our strategic planning process. So I had a conversation with Wade McKittrick from, Better You Solutions, who the board authorized for our strategic planning process. And I think what I'd like to do is, if the board is comfortable, have our first work session with him on November 10th. And the reason for that is so that it would be that's actually our board meeting that's in the,
It's a Monday, right?
it's a Monday, and that's when our students come and do their presentation, so we could have our student presentation. And then I just wouldn't have anything else for the working session. But that would be his first opportunity to engage with you, and so that board meeting would go maybe a little bit longer. We do have a West Central Ed board meeting that evening, but I'm not concerned about, you know, timing wise. And leading up to that, some of the things that I would like the board to do is to spend a little bit of time reviewing our existing strategic plan. So just as a reminder, the original strategic plan is linked in that tracker, and it's on that first page of the document. And you'll see kind of the overarching process and the conversation that took place to really come up with the 3 goal areas for Paynesville area schools. And what we've been talking about in the past has been about growth, communication, and fiscal stewardship. So as you take a look through there are some things that we have continued to, we've really, we've done. So they have been achieved, and then we've moved forward on, and we've just maintained them. But what I would like the board to do is just spend some time reflecting and reviewing that, to see, you know, what kind of things you would like to, you'd like to bring forward as conversation. When we meet and do our initial strategic planning process, part of what we are going to be doing that first time we get together is to think about who are the stakeholders in our community. Who are the people that we really need to make sure that we hear from? And then how are we going to engage them? I'm excited for the conversation to take place, but this really was here to just be a reminder for you to take a look at, and then see if the board is comfortable with using that November 10th work session. And then the plan would be that we would not start engagement with stakeholders until after the holiday season and the first of the year. But coming together in November, we'd be able to kind of know who we need to get in contact with, how we're gonna work with our student body, get them engaged, how we're gonna connect with parents, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of the plan for November 10th, unless I would hear a strong opposition, and then we could look to maybe the business meeting on the 20th, at the end of November.
I would recommend that we go with the 10th.
I do too.
That would make the most sense.
And
It's
a lot
early
of
enough,
time.
yeah, exactly. Especially if, as we discuss who those stakeholders are, and you start taking a look at the holidays coming up, it's gonna be crunch time.
Yeah.
Really to try to get information out to them that we would like for you to come in. Be a part of this.
Yep. And
The earlier the better, Janelle, I agree with you.
okay, and I think your point that you just made is getting information out to them for save the dates is really important.
Exactly.
And that's, I think that's gonna be really
Yeah.
valuable, so.
Yeah,
So that's really what I had for the strategic planning. I didn't plan to go back into it and dig and do a lot of updates because we're moving and we're having additional conversation, and so this is just, please take a look at it, and community members take a look at it, and because we will be asking from them for their feedback, so. And then you were gonna talk about picture day.
I was gonna move on to the request for information roundtable, but just as a reminder, Friday is picture day. Board members are supposed to go in from 7:30 to 8:15 at either school, to get their picture taken.
They'll be expecting you, so your name will be, and then you'll get the same badge that everybody gets, so that your badges match everybody else's.
Very good.
Anything else?
Yes, real quick, last night Janelle and I were at the West Central Ed District School Board meeting, one up at Melrose, and so the district is doing very well. So of the four, Paynesville being one of them, districts that are involved with that school district. The director up there is doing a great job as far as putting things together. Their strong numbers are strong as far as enrollment and the activities that they have, or at least the learning that they have. One of the things that we talked briefly about, and I say briefly, maybe a little bit longer than briefly, was the single house here.
Okay.
And so they are at, when I say max capacity, the number of students that they can have in the program right now, just based on the building that they have, the house. There is other folks that would like to get into it, but we just can't afford or can't bring them in right now. But there was lessons learned from that last year. A lot of what they did last year as far as the teaching methods that they use, they're going to continue with that. But there is going to be some changes to it, which is to me a great sign of that check and adjust, what worked, what didn't, to help those young adults out, so the 18 to 22-year-olds. But very positive things come from the West End Central Education District and how they support the schools and how we support them. So.
Hearing nothing else, then we're adjourned.